Hi, I'm Valerie Steffen. I'm part of the training team, and we had a great reception to our first video. How do you list that? So we thought we would play again with How do you list that part two? So with me are Laurie Egbert and Tiffany Murphy, my training team cohorts, colleagues, and I'm going to put them to the test again on MLS features and fields. So thanks for tuning in. Let's see how they do. How about a property that's got historical or architectural significance? Maybe like our shoe house, but maybe something that would prevent future renovations. Maybe there's some restrictions on the property. How do you list that?
We have a lot of those here in Frederick, Maryland. And as you'd mentioned, these have a historical designation. Sometimes it's due to a specific architectural design where renovations or changes are limited, in some cases not even allowed. Use the historic yes/no field to indicate if it's historic. There's also a space for you to put the historic designation ID assigned to the property. And there are fields like historic property for disclosures. You could choose historic for location type. This is another good time to use the remarks for descriptions. And of course, you can upload documents like disclosures and any other historic documentation in documents.
Yeah, that one had a few extra fields. Cool. That's good to know. Next one, everybody's favorite. How about a tiny house?
Right. So tiny houses, you have the ability to indicate above grade finished square footage in any listing, right? So make sure to put your tiny house square footage in there, and keep in mind if the house is constructed on a trailer, that it will likely have a title as opposed to a deed, as we talked about before. So that would be under manufactured option in style, especially if it was produced offsite and brought onto the location. You can also call out tiny house in the remarks. We love the remarks here. So make sure that you are listing tiny house in the remarks to make it easier for others to find.
Cool. The remarks is a point well taken. They're searchable, and there's something that I think people don't always think of, but it's a great way, especially when the property aggregates out to public-facing websites, for folks to search on. So good point. Good reminder there. How about an unfinished home?
Remarks is a theme here as well. The remarks are definitely your friend for this option. They're also going to allow you to add all the really important information and details prospective buyers are going to need. You want to make sure to indicate new construction, yes, if that's the case. And if this is an in-process flip, you may want to indicate major rehab needed under property condition.
Cool. Next up, what about a home with green features? So I'm thinking maybe like a passive solar home. How do you list that?
Sure. So I know we've been talking about remarks a whole lot. There's actually a separate field for green remarks. So definitely add the green features to that green remarks section, and be sure to note if there are any tax impacts with the clean green assessed field. You can also designate air quality and put whether it's been green certified.
Cool. Yeah. How about for those of us, all of us, who are maybe living through a plague, how about a bunker or a bomb shelter? How would you list that?
I actually have this one. My mother's home actually has a bomb shelter, and looking into listing it recently, the key place for this is, guess where? Remarks.
Go figure.
Go figure.
That was really fun, guys. I feel like I learned something. Hopefully the viewers learned something. I appreciate your expertise. If you guys liked this, give it a like in YouTube so we know to keep creating this type of content. If you know someone who could use this, maybe you're working with a seller who has an unusual property, this is something you can share. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss new content. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.